OMG Sussexes getting divorced. Meghan blows a gasket as found out Harry still involving with his ex. Being whisked off your feet by a prince may be the stuff of fairy tales and Disney movies, but the reality isn't always so magical. A former flame of the Duke of Sussex has touched on her experience of dating a royal, saying the public interest that came with the romance heightened her anxiety. Speaking about her mental health journey, Florence St. George said her brief relationship with Prince Harry in 2011 resulted in her privacy, and that of people linked to her, being constantly breached. The Duke of Sussex's ex-girlfriend, Florence St. George, dated the royal in 2011. However, she stated that she struggled with the media attention that comes with dating a prince. The 35-year-old said her privacy ended abruptly when she started dating Harry. Speaking to Stella magazine, Mrs. St. George told how she struggled to cope with the lifestyle of being in a relationship with a royal. Mrs. St. George said her school friends were interrogated and paparazzi camped outside her front door. The former girlfriend of Harry married multi-millionaire Henry St. George in 2014. In an interview with Stella magazine, she said, "My privacy ended abruptly, and the scrutiny began." St. George, who has carved out a career in pottery, told the publication. "A new story would appear almost every day in the press. My school friends were interrogated and there were photographers outside my front door. I take my hat off to those people who can cope with that lifestyle. However, I knew I couldn't. Although it was sad at the time, I feel lucky that the relationship was short-lived." The mother of two said her famous boyfriends have triggered periods of anxiety. She said she has lived with this anxiety since my teens. Mrs. St. George said she turned to pottery as a means of calming her anxiety. She claims to have struggled with postnatal depression. The news comes after a royal expert told the Daily Mirror that Prince Harry is clearly a lot happier in the US. Harry and Meghan moved to California in March 2020. In a recent interview with US television host Ellen DeGeneres, the Duchess of Sussex revealed her plans for Thanksgiving with her family. She told Ellen DeGeneres, "I love to cook, we'll be at home and just relax and sort of settle in. It's our second Thanksgiving at home in California. So it will be nice." In a previous interview, St. George, formerly Florence Brudnell Bruce, said the high-profile relationship left her with total fear of the camera and anxiety. "I found it really terrifying and I made a decision quite quickly that it wasn't the right thing for me," she told The Times last year. St. George isn't the only one of Harry's former girlfriends to speak candidly about the pressures of dating one of the world's most famous men. Chelsea Davy, who the prince dated for 7 years, has been quoted as describing the spotlight as crazy, scary and uncomfortable. "I found it very difficult when it was bad. I couldn't cope. I was young, I was trying to be a normal kid and it was horrible," she reportedly told The Times in 2016. These frank comments bring into sharp relief the experiences of Harry's wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, who has faced a barrage of scrutiny in the 5 years since her relationship with the prince began. Meghan revealed the toll of this in her 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey, saying she'd endured suicidal thoughts during her time as a working royal. She said the mental health struggles had been brought about by the stress and isolation of royal life and her character assassination at the hands of the media. "I just didn't want to be alive anymore," she said of that time. Things seem to have turned around for Meghan, however. In a recent interview, she said she was feeling better about everything. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex resigned as working royals in 2020, moving to the United States to become financially independent from the British monarchy.